Welcome, sir. Jaycharan, sir, if you can please switch on your video. Yes, thank you, sir. Kotta CA Kotta Srinivas sir is today's session chairman. You can understand, sir, and he is the past SIRC chairman for the year 17-18, sir. For 17-18, he was the SIRC chairman, sir. Jay sir, you are welcome, and it's all yours, sir.
Okay. A very good afternoon to all of you.
Good afternoon.
I'm not sure whether the things are going on well or not.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
You are audible and visible, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So I think the session was planned out yesterday, and my colleague CA Pramod Bubji was going to handle it, but because of some examination issues, this year it has been examination second time in January, so he is there, and because of that, today I am instead of in his place and going to deliberate upon a very interesting topic of the true professional. Before that, I'll just very quickly talk about a few of the SSEB initiatives. Let me just explain you, student friends, that for the last 7 decades, there are a number of committees in ICAI with only one particular board related with students, and that was Board of Studies. So at the beginning of this year, I discussed with our worthy president, CA Atul Kumar Gupta ji, and discussed with him that we require doing a little more for the students. Already we have been doing it for so many years, but we require doing something more for the students. And we are discussing that our students are very good when it comes to technical knowledge. When it comes to technical knowledge, they are quite good. That is, you find them in income tax, good in income tax, good in GST. You find them good in company law. But there are some few aspects which you are missing out. That is presentation, right? That is presentation, team building, delegation, persuasive communication. These are some of the aspects which our students should learn, and that would be adding fragrance to the flower. And with this concept in mind, we came up with another board for the students, and that is known as Board of Studies Operations or Student Skills Enrichment Board. The name itself suggests the concept of this board is how to enrich the students. How do we improve them in terms of skill set? As I said, what type of skill sets? Maybe in terms of technology, maybe in terms of management, in terms of entrepreneurship, maybe vision, negotiation, or even making them understand the global practices. So with this concept, the President ICAI immediately accepted my proposal, and he came up with this Board of Studies Operations, and fortunately, he gave me the chairmanship of this particular board. And I'll just quickly touch up a few points that we have covered in this. I would request at least a few people to keep the video on, so that I come to know that there is somebody on the other side. It's very difficult otherwise, very difficult without looking at the other person, without getting the right feedback. It's very difficult. I'm sure the speakers who spoke some time back, the student speaker particularly, they must have faced the same thing. And without looking at the other persons, it's very difficult. You cannot make out, what the things are going on. So anyway, at least if few faces I can watch, then I'm good enough. I can understand whether I'm moving in the right direction or not. Because one of the very important things is getting the feedback. That eye contact and the facial expressions are very important for any speaker. Friends, believe me, one of the most crucial things for the speaker is looking at the faces of people and understand when to start and, more importantly, when to stop. It's very, very important. And which direction you have to move. Anyway, so SSEB, when it was constituted, we started discussing upon it. What can we do for the students? So one of the important things, as we are discussing, I think even I want to discuss with you a day back. Actually, these days there are so many students' conferences going on parallelly. It is very difficult for us to keep the track in which city or which conference we spoke on what topic. In the morning, I was in Baroda conference. There was a CA students conference at Baroda. After this conference, I have yet another conference. So very difficult to make out. what I spoke earlier here or not. But anyway, so in the very beginning, we decided that let us do something major for the students. And friends, you will agree with me, CA is the most affordable course. In this particular segment, it is the most affordable course. But still, there are some people who have some financial limitations. So to help them in a better way, we are working upon a huge fund being set up as a corpus for this purpose. So we are discussing with the president, sir, should we go ahead with 10 crores this year? Then said, no, sir, let us go with 20 crores. And in the next 5 years, 20, within 5 years, we can make a corpus of 100 crores. But friends, believe me, discussing with president and vice president gave me such a confidence. We proposed 100 crores in the very first meeting. In the very first meeting, we say, we want 100 crores to be set aside only for the benefits of the students who cannot afford this course by way of scholarship scheme. And immediately it was approved in the meeting. So it was the first initiative we took up. Second important initiative was regarding industrial portal. Friends, you will agree with me, as Kotaji was talking about it, articleship being very important. Of course, I don't think anybody attending here would not be understanding the importance of articleship. But along with articleship, we believed that industrial training is also equally important. It will add, once again, fragrance to the flower, will give you a new flavor. So with that concept, currently what is the problem with the students? Currently the problem is that a student is sitting in some small place, maybe Baroda or maybe Surat or maybe Vijayawada or maybe Vizag, wherever. He wants to go into Reliance. He wants to go into ICAI Bank. He wants to go into ITC. He wants to go into HUL, but he does not have any connect. Nature, you take your articleship somewhere in your vicinity where you know. But when it comes to industrial training, you cannot straight away go to Reliance and ask, I want to join. So there was a gap. There was a huge gap. And for that purpose, we made the industrial portal for the students. And second, we made a target to contact as many HR people of the industries as we can and to write to them that we already have the portal. Now the various industries can come to our portal and register themselves. Against that, students can also register, and online interview and everything is possible on this portal. Because of this COVID, this year, the industrial portal could not be, launched in the very good way. Very few people joined that. But I'm sure once the COVID is over or reduced, you will see the benefit. Your colleagues or even you might get very good opportunities in terms of industrial articleship, that is industrial training. Another thing that we thought about was, of course, out of necessity, and that is virtual MCS, virtual OP, and all the things being virtual, right? Well, the most important thing that we did, and I'm sure you must have witnessed that, and that is when we were going for national conferences and other conferences of students, we discussed with each and every branch who is taking up the project that our focus should be more. My audio has an issue, or is it fine?
No, sir. It is fine. It is fine.
Okay, that's fine. So I think let me just still check what exactly can be the issue.
Everything is fine, sir. No need to adjust anything, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay. Just a moment. I think my Wi-Fi was not working properly. Now it's fine. Now, yeah. So while this conference was being discussed, like even with Ravi Kishorji, we discussed that our focus is more on those topics which are not covered by syllabus. I'm sure students will be happy with that. In the earlier years, the conferences are mostly on income tax, GST, company law, audit. And of course, these are our core competence areas, which are important. But we decided that we'll be having separate programs on those core competence items. When the conferences are there, the topic should not be something which you are already learning in the syllabus. So topics should be something out of it. Maybe it is on entrepreneurship, on startups, maybe on presentation, maybe on delegation, maybe on global practices, right? Maybe on office management, maybe on confidence building, such type of things. Or even topics like an idea can change your life. Why not? Right? I'm sure students would be happy with this concept that we really want the students to get a new flavor. Because for 365 days, when you are doing the same income tax GST, we wanted to add something new. So these are some of the initiatives. Well, I'll very quickly deal with one particular topic, the true professional. Why this topic? Why this topic? Because I believe that, and I'm sure about it, that you are the professionals of the future. You are students today, but 1 year, 2 years down the line, you are going to be professionals. So what do you mean by true professionals? What are the ingredients which make true professionals? First and foremost thing is domain expertise. Domain expertise, or you may say that knowledge base. Friends, you will agree with me. If you are into GST, then you have to be the best person in GST, right? If you choose the field of direct taxes, you should be excellent. You should possess excellent knowledge on income tax, right? So domain expertise is very important. But friends, believe me, I'm not here to talk to you something very serious. No. Believe me, I'm talking to my friends, right? There is no difference between you and me except age. Except age. Your age plus 25 years more will be my age. No other difference, right? So I'll tell you, when you talk about domain expertise, I'll give a very simple example for you. Very simple example for you. And I think I discussed this 2 days back here. Just make a list of some of your favorites. Maybe your favorite might be Virat Kohli or Sachin Tendulkar, maybe. I'm giving an example. Or maybe Ronaldo, right? Or maybe your favorite might be Arijit Singh or Mika Singh. I'm not sure about it. I'm an old model, right? I like Kishore Kumar. But in your case, I'm trying to adjust according to you. And so whoever, you make a list of who are your favorites, right? And just check out what is common amongst all these people. The most common thing is domain expertise. Virat Kohli is excellent in cricket. Yes or no? Yes. Arijit Singh is excellent in singing. Yes. Right? Prabhu Deva is very good in dancing. Yeah. So similarly, kindly understand, if they were not good in their fields, you would not even known them. Similarly, if you are not good in your fields, nobody would know you. If you really want to reach up to a particular altitude, because the topic of this conference is aptitude, attitude, and altitude. That is the theme. If you really want to reach to some altitude, you must have a great domain expertise. Great domain expertise. You should not study for the sake of passing exams. No, that is a very small thing. That's a very small thing. Passing an exam is just a routine thing. But the purpose should be, your domain expertise should be such that maybe tomorrow there is a conference in Chandigarh and somebody says that Mr. So-and-so from Vijayawada is a very good speaker. We should call him. There is another conference, say for instance in Kolkata, and you are being called. That should be your target. That should be your target. So domain expert is the first and foremost thing. Now, when you go to articleship, of course, you get benefits in terms of domain expertise because you are handling the practical things, what you already study in theory. But along with that, some important thing is observation power. Observation power. Friends, try to understand one thing. If during articleship I go for audit and my focus is only ticking out the documents, then I miss out the larger picture. You know what? You have a luxury. CA students, kindly listen it. You and only you across the globe have a luxury where you can look into any aspects of business or businessman. No businessman would be happy to discuss with them their technical things once you have become professional or something. But as an article, you have a luxury. As an article clerk, you have a luxury. You are a student. The businessman knows. So suppose Bhanu is going to a businessman and asking, sir, I have a question. Why is it so that your sale is increased in this month and decreased in this? Then the businessman would not mind discussing with her. Yes or no? So that means, sir, you have a luxury. Only you have a luxury. If you are broad-minded, if your observation power is good, if your awareness is good, then you can look into the 360 degree of business. You can understand their purchase policy, sales policy, marketing policy, production schedules, HR issues. You can look into their systems. You can look into their softwares. You can look into the loopholes. You can look into the good practices they are following. You can look into the competitive environment. During your articleship, you come across some of the unorganized businesses, some of the organized businesses. You can see the difference. Also, you get to know various type of segments. Suppose in Surat, from which place I belong to, some person is doing articleship. Then during his articleship, he has an exposure for textile businessman also, diamond businessman also, multiplex also, and a real estate person also. Can you imagine what a wonderful exposure do you have? Now, this is like a gold mine or diamond mine. The only issue is how much you can extract out of it. Right? It is all up to you how much you can extract out of it. If your focus is only single, say taxation, then okay, it's fine. But you are only on the peripheries. But if you understand the 360-degree business, then probably you are going to be an excellent professional, whether you are into practice or you are into industry. And believe me, the third front is much more lucrative and interesting, and that is entrepreneur. Friends, believe me, I have run a batch for chartered accountants with IIM Ahmedabad. I was the chief coordinator of the program for IIM Ahmedabad for chartered accountants. And believe me, I have seen those chartered accountants who have understood the overall business, core business, rather than only the peripheries. Right? Of course, you require understanding GST. You require understanding audit. But if you understand only that, you are on the peripheral level. But if you can go beyond that, your observation is good, then you can understand even strategy, marketing, branding, which might not be a part of your syllabus. But if you observe that, right, then believe me, chartered accountants can be the best entrepreneurs. This is one particular segment generally overlooked by people, right? But you are young, and believe me, chartered accountants can be excellent in terms of entrepreneurship. Well, so your common sense, your power to observe, problem identification and solving skill, these are some of the ingredients which make up the true professional. And another important thing, of course, which I do not require telling the youngsters, but let me, and that is technology. Friends, technology, just imagine one thing. 2 decades back, it was always a youngster who had to learn with an elder. Youngster had to go to elder and learn from him. 1 decade later, things are going to change. Elders are going to the youngsters. They are going to come to you. Oh, we don't understand this, online filing and this Udine and, this Zoho books and this Tele and even Excel. We don't understand. You teach us. So you are in a luxurious position today. Technology is exactly changing the scenario. You are going to be the leaders of future. Believe me, if you look at Indian corporate structure or corporate canvas, 1 or 2 decades back, you would see MDs and all these people in the age of 50, 60 or something like that. But very soon you are going to look at people of 25 and 30 reaching up to that position. And that is where you are. This is a luxury for you. Believe me, if you understand Hindi, it is something like, ye waqt hamara hai. For you, the right thing is, ye aapka waqt hai. It is your time coming up. Believe me, if you have the entrepreneurial skills, the power to observe, you don't restrict yourself to only a few things, but look at a 360-degree business, then you can do wonderfully well. And the thing is, today, in the startup era, you can understand how the exponential growth can be there. Friends, tell me, how many of you heard about Byju a few years back? Nobody. And soon, out of nowhere, Byju comes up. Who knows, tomorrow, somebody from you comes out to be a unicorn, right? Comes out to be a unicorn. Who knows? You can also do that. The only thing is, unfortunately, we do not focus on that, right? We have the capacity, we have the potential, which is hidden, and we do not realize that, we don't explore it. So anyway, technology is something very, very crucial. Another important thing, of course, well, this is very good in southern part of India, but I am from the state of Gujarat, and in Gujarat, people are quite good. People are quite good in entrepreneurship, but when it comes to language, there is a little problem. Like in southern part of India, people are good with their own languages as well as English. Their fluency is quite good. If I would be speaking to some other, say, some branch in north or west, then I would have been using Hindi more. In the morning in Baroda, I used Hindi more because they understand that way. In south, it's a different thing. My point is language, and both the languages, maybe English as an international language or even our language, whatever it is, Kannada or it is whatever, Telugu or whatever language it is, we should be excellent in terms of language. Why? Let us understand. Pratyaksha becomes a chartered accountant with a rank at whole India level first. But tell me, as a client, I run to her because of a rank? No. When she communicates with me, if during the communication, if there are vibrations transmitted, sir, there is no books which can define vibrations, right? Vibrations are something you can feel, you can emit, right? If she has the communication skill like that, then I'm sure, I'll be happy to link with her. Yes or no? So one very crucial thing is language, whether it is public speaking or speaking in a particular group or a meeting or even one-to-one. And another important thing is drafting. Friends, tell me, tomorrow you are going to be the CEO and CFO of Reliance and HUL, right? Letters will be written under there, nameplates, right, on the letterheads. Suppose your language is not good, drafting skill is not good. What will happen? People judge you from these things, right? Let us take an example. Ayush is quite good in all the subjects, income tax and GST, but his language is poor, his drafting skill is poor. As a layman, can I understand his skills in income tax or GST? No. As a layman, I can only look at the drafting. As a layman, I can look at his language. So kindly understand, just because you are quite good with taxation or law or audit does not suffice. The others cannot look into it. For getting linked with others, sir, you will do the work next. First, you should get the work. And to get the work, it is very important that you have very good communication channels, very good networking skills, right? So very crucial, drafting skills and language. Another very crucial thing is office management. And in more particularly for chartered accountants, believe me, if some chartered accountants are listening to me, they will agree immediately. Fees management. What fees to quote? How to quote? Because I believe this is a profession which provides more services. Against that, the fees sometimes is as good as peanuts. That is what I believe. And I hope the new generation is going to change it. Fees management. So, I'm telling many branches that at least now have a program on fees management for chartered accountants. Right? We don't want to collect our fees after 6 months. Right? It should be in advance or immediately on providing services, and that should be handsome one. I don't say exaggerated fees. I only say whatever services you have provided, against that commensurate fees should come up. Right? So office management, systems, documentation. So these are some of the things. Of course, when it comes to office, you must have seen documentation. And one very crucial thing is systems. Friends, let us now focus on systems. Tell me one thing. Who is more intelligent? An Indian restaurant which can produce 400 items, including South Indian, Punjabi, Italian, Chinese, continental, even from Mars, Jupiter, they can make something. Or McDonald's. Who is more intelligent? Indian restaurant. But who is ruling the world? McDonald's. I'm not very happy about it. Being an Indian, I would be much more happier if Indian restaurants would be there across the globe, right? But the thing is, what is lacking with Indian restaurants? Systems. Believe me, McDonald's is not selling burgers. Making burgers and selling burgers is very easy, at least easier than clearing CA final, right? Much more easier than clearing CA final. But why is it so? Why is it so that it is so much easier? Still, McDonald's is, reaching the globe like this. It is systems. They have invested into systems. They have made the model replicable. Unless you have systems, unless you have replicable models, unless you have SOPs, right? You cannot grow beyond the limit. Of course, brand value, as Swati is talking about, brand value is one of the aspects, but you create the brand this way, right? Brand value is there. But once again, let us come to the example of Baiju. There was no brand 3-4 years back. McDonald's might be a long brand, right? Brand for some 4 or 5 decades. So, of course, brand is very crucial. And that is another thing, as I was talking about. If you look at only taxation, you are looking at the periphery. But you understand marketing, branding, all these things, then you understand the 360 degree. And if you understand that, believe me, your growth is going to be exponential. Exponential. One very crucial thing for you is updation. You have to keep yourself updated. You have to keep yourself updated, right? Now, one another important thing that I would like to discuss with youngsters is about time management. And friends, when I talk about time management, it's not time management, it is life management. Time is equal to life. It's life management. And I'm not going to talk something serious in terms of time management or like that. I'm just telling you one thing. Have you seen many people talking like this? Oh, I don't have time at all. Time ही नहीं मिलता है. Have you heard it? And they tell with pride as if they are boasting. Or you have time ही नहीं मिलता है. Boss, this is not a strength. This is a weakness. This is a weakness. I should have time to do all my office work with utmost passion. At the same time, I should have time to go for dance parties also. Only you should not go to dance parties. Even I should go. Right? I should get the time to go every year to Himalayas for trekking. I should get the time to explore the whole world. I should find a time to play guitar. Right? And I should have time to spend with my daughters and my friends. So let us understand, time management is utmost crucial. And believe me, by way of wrong practices, we are lacking in time. Otherwise, even though you are into articleship, even though your college is going on, even though you have to study, believe me, there is time. And that is the art of finding time. See, I have also done CLIQ, maybe 25 years back. So I had also gone to articleship along with my college and everything. But believe me, during that period also, during my 3.5 years or 4 years of CA, I never missed out any dance parties, any musical evening, right? Any cricket match. I never missed out all these things. So it's about time management. I want the youngsters to remain young. I don't want a person who clears CA and is so serious. Oh, no. I don't think he's the true professional. The true professional always wears, I am not sure about tie, but always wears smile. Tie is additional accessory. Smile is mandatory. See, a youngster should remain youngster, passionate, energetic, enthusiastic about everything, right? You should be into trekking also, and you should be into cricket also, maybe into lawn tennis also, and into guitar also. Of course, at different points of time, you have to see how much to allocate this side or that side. That is an art. If your exams are very near, then actually you are not going to play long cricket matches those days, right? So time management is very, very crucial. I would just give one small suggestion. There can be so many things. Actually, I'm a speaker on all these topics, but I'll just tell you one small thing. Friends, at least from your mobile, you delete your Instagram and Facebook, if you have it, from mobile. I don't say totally delete it. You put it in your laptop at your home. Because what is happening, if you have in your mobile, after 5 minutes, Instagram will blink and you will come to know that neighbor's son in 2nd standard has got 1st rank, which is of no use to you. After 10 minutes, you will come to know that one of your cousin has gone to McDonald's, right? After 15 minutes, you will come to know another gentleman has watched this movie, right? So do we require that? Do we require that? Such a level of updation, is it required? Definitely not. So put it in your laptop and make it a rule. Daily only once I'll open. Friends, I am also on Facebook and Instagram. You may anytime add me, of course. But the fact is, I open Facebook only once in a quarter. Every 3 months, once only I open it. And I'm not at all interested. I'm not at all interested what is happening in the lives of others. I am interested in what is happening in my life and some few people who are around me. So if you go on my Facebook, you'll only find my pictures. Photography is one of my hobbies. So you will see the pictures across the globe. So one very important thing, at least do away with this social media one too many times, right? In WhatsApp also, don't be a part of groups. So groups, good morning, good evening, That keeps on happening. One-to-one it is fine, but that also would be good if once or twice or thrice a day. You will get too much of time. Anyway, time management is a very crucial thing. Let me move further. One important thing that I want to tell the youngsters, and that is, tell me friends, just imagine this scene. Just imagine this scene. Suppose Parimal, whom I can see on my video, Parimal, suppose he cleared CA Foundation first attempt, ranked at All India level. Intermediate, both the groups cleared, once again ranked at All India, first in India. And final, once again cleared both the groups, first in India. Suppose this is Parimal. And then you come to know Parimal is driving on the wrong side. Oh, I don't think he's educated. I may accept a person who has passed in third attempt, but at least drives rightly. Because when you go on the wrong side, don't you understand? You are disrespecting somebody who has a right to drive on that side. Can you be termed as religious when you do not respect other people? Right? Similarly, imagine a scene when somebody throws garbage on road or spits on road, or maybe youngsters with chewing gums, throwing chewing gums anywhere. I don't think they are professionals, or I don't even feel they are human beings. So at least one thing is for sure. At least one thing is for sure. Because of us, we should never cause any problems to others. Right? I'll not play television or radio so loud that my neighbor is also disturbed. I don't want that. I'll not drive wrong side. I think this is being socially responsible. Friends, do you agree with me? A true professional should not be on paper. It should be in something, ingrained within you. You respect other people on this earth. You respect other people on this earth. So you will not do anything which will put them into difficulty. Right? No wrong parking. No. Right? I'll give a simple example. In India, all the gods have divided their days. Somebody Monday, somebody Tuesday. Right? What a division of labor. Interesting India. So, of course, I go for temples on daily basis, but there is one particular temple where I go on Thursday, and the lanes are very narrow. बहुत ही छोटी सी गलियां हैं, तेरी गलियां. So very narrow lanes, and sometimes I see some young man coming with a huge car, maybe Fortuner, and parking there. So the entire lane is blocked. He will go in a temple, come out for after half an hour. Within half an hour, all the traffic, you can just imagine what is going to happen. Tell me, by any means, is he religious? Definitely not. Even though you go to temple, you are not religious. When you cannot look at other people's convenience, going to temple is only a formality. हिंदी में इसको कहते हैं, एक हिंदी वर्ड आप समझते हो तो, कि अगर किसी एक के लिए भी आपके मन में बैर है, अगर किसी एक के लिए भी आपके मन में बैर है, तो मंदिर जाना केवल एक सैर है. So the point is, even if you are going to put someone into difficulty, then going to temple is only just nothing more than a formality. I am sure the youth of today is far better than what we were. Your generation is bound to be better than our generation. And if that does not happen, we have failed. If my next generation is not better than me, I have failed. So you people are naturally going to be much more smarter than us, much more intelligent than us, and much more responsible than us. So let us move further quickly. 2 or 3 aspects. First is health. See, no compromise on health. A true professional is a person who is fit, perfectly fit, at the age of 25 or 30 or 40 or 50 or 60. You should be running marathons. Right? You should be cycling. You should be into exercise. You should always remain fit. Always. I challenge my daughter. My daughter is in CA final. My daughter is in CA final and challenger. Run with me. Let us see who stops first. So, health is very crucial. Fitness is very crucial. Very, very crucial. Because the day you are not healthy, nothing appeals. Neither clients nor your boyfriend, girlfriend. Nobody appeals. Right? Health is the most crucial thing. So kindly see to it. Get up in time. At least involve yourself in some outdoor activities, whatever games you like, or maybe yoga, or whatever the case may be. But on a daily basis, you have to do. Believe me, friends, The question is who wins? Of course I win. So I'm telling you, friends, it's very, very crucial. Daily. See, council life is a full, means, is a life when we keep on traveling to different places on a daily basis. It is only year 2020 when I'm sitting in my hometown. Otherwise, we council members are traveling daily in different cities. Still, I make it a point for exercising regularly. Right? Another important thing now, last 2 points. First one is value creation. Friends, understand one thing. I'll put in a very simple layman's term. Suppose, imagine a scene. I'm a third standard failed person from a village, right? And Bhanu comes up, Ayush comes up, Pratyaksha comes up, or Hemlata comes up, or Ame comes up, anyone comes to me. They are all chartered accountants, right? Somebody got a rank, somebody failed 5 times, whatever the case may be. Can I understand as a third failed person what is the difference between the? No, but I may be a good businessman. I may be a good businessman. You know what I expect from you? I have nothing to do whether you passed in first attempt or 10th attempt. But I have one thing very important. What can you do for me? If with your ideas, with your brains, if you can create my wealth to the extent of 100 crores, I would not mind paying you 10 crores. If because of you, I have only addition of 1 crore, then you don't expect 1 crore from me. Then you expect 5 lakhs. And if you are only providing me some routine type of service, some routine, then what do you expect? 1,000? So see, you can get 1,000 also, 10,000 also, and 1 crore also. But what are you providing? What is the value you are creating? So important is not I attitude. Who am I? I am a chartered accountant, cleared in first attempt. That is not important. Important is because of my services, the other person, how much is benefited. If that person is going to be handsomely benefited, believe me, your fees is also going to be handsome. Right? So that is the most crucial thing. What can you contribute? Not only what books you have read, how can you actually create value for others? And the last point, and that is the theme of this conference, aptitude, attitude, altitude. So naturally you require aptitude, that is in terms of your academics, and articleship is providing this aptitude. Attitude that we have to develop our own. And altitude, we are going to reach, of course, we have the good combination of both. So regarding attitude, I'll stop on a lighter note. And that is, all of us talk about positive attitude, but do we have it? That's the question. I'll give an example. In Mumbai, you go to the Nepean Sea Road. It's a beautiful sea coast. It's a beautiful sea coast, right? With high-rise buildings. And each building might be, each flat must be something about 40 crores, 50 crores. It is Mumbai, of course, right? And in the morning, you find many people, poor people playing kho-kho along the sea coast because they don't have toilets, bathrooms at their home. So they have no other option. They go to seashore and play kho-kho in open. Now, there can be 3 sets of people. The first set of people, on Monday, they are going on walk and they see these poor people playing kho-kho and they shout at them. You nonsense people, you don't understand. Can you play kho-kho in public? Can you not go to bathrooms and toilets? We purchase these beautiful flats for the sea view and we see you people playing kho-kho. This set of people shout, increase their blood pressure and go to Nanavati. After COVID, Nanavati has become very famous. Big B also has contributed to it. So they will go to Nanavati. Blood pressure high, Nanavati. Second day, second set of people come. 4 or 5 people. And when they see these people playing kho-kho, poor fellows, they don't have any facilities at home. So they have to play kho-kho in public. And they say, oh God, we are so deeply moved. We are into depression. How can you be so cruel? You cannot even provide them some toilets and bathrooms. And they have to play kho-kho in public. Oh God, we are so moved. And they will go into depression. These people will go into depression. Once again, Nanavati. The first set, high blood pressure, Nanavati. Second set, depression, Nanavati. And still these people say we are doing positive attitude. Now, third day, another set of people are taking a walk. Ayush is there, Sapna is there, Shelly is there, Khushi is there, Vishal is there, Hemlata is there, Parimal is there. They are going for a walk. And These people look at this photo and they start laughing. They say, oh God, you are so great. You are so great. Even Ambani and Adani do not have so big, beautiful bathrooms. You are so great. You have bestowed upon these poor people so big bathrooms. These are the people who know one thing. Whatever you can change, change it rather than criticize. And whatever you cannot change, at least don't increase your high blood pressure. Don't go in depression. You cannot change it. Gracefully accept it. That is very important for the CA students. Sometimes, in spite of your hard work, you did not clear the exam. Accept with grace. There was something wrong. Either your computational ability was less, or descriptive power was less, or your speed was less, or maybe whatever the reason. Identify that and come back. Accept it gracefully and move ahead. That is the right type of attitude. And with this, I thank Vijayawada branch and more particularly all my young CA student friends for being such a wonderful audience. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Shall we have a